Well, hello all, and this is a video that I had thought about making before and then decided not to make and then tried to make again and then just never made it, but inevitably this subject has come up again, so here we are. Richie, aka Social Repose, is a YouTuber who does music and is probably most infamously known for his relationship with Jacqueline Glenn and how that all ended. And for those of you who don't know, there are probably 900 videos made on the subject, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But essentially, he cheated, he got caught, and the entire situation went really ugly. Recently, some commentary channels, including FPS Diesel and iNabber, have made videos on the subject, to which he has responded and made a video himself, thus by bringing this subject up again, and that is why I'm making this video. But the video that I want to talk about is not the recent video that he has made, but a video that he made a little while back regarding yet another relationship that he had been in, and why I still have a little bit of an issue with this subject. The video is called The Truth, and it is in regards to yet another relationship that he has been in. And let me just state that this is not a hate video. I don't hate Social Repose, and I don't condone anybody that would send hate to anybody. But I feel like if you are going to make a video and put the information out there, then you are kind of asking for people to comment on it and or watch it and have their own reaction. So that is what I did. I'm not here to criticize anyone's music ability or artistic style, and I don't really enjoy videos that do such. They just aren't for me. And the only reason that I am bringing this subject up is because I think that there is a bigger underlying issue with everything. And that is that even though the Jacqueline situation has subsided and she is in a much better place now, it still seems like there are some underlying issues with the whole relationship thing. And it does really seem like there is a lot of blame shifting and some things that can be improved upon. So for that reason, let's get into it. Not too far back, Social Repose came under some fire on social media when a girl that he had allegedly dated started making some claims, and he addressed these issues via a YouTube video. Now, in the beginning of the video, he talks about missteps and how he has mistreated people in the past and how he has been trying to reflect on that and become a better person, and how sometimes that person wasn't good enough, and he does admit to some wrongdoings, which is fine, but the issue that I have is the descriptions of the relationship that he makes afterwards and how he still seemingly appears to perceive certain things.
So in that 2-year period, I didn't officially date anyone. Obviously, I hung around with people, I was involved with some people, but it never quite got there until I met this one person. And we ended up dating for 3 months. We were talking for a little bit before that, and when we sat down to DTR, define the relationship, we decided on a open relationship where essentially you're not exclusive, but there is communication on what you do and how you conduct yourself. And it was going well for a little bit, but I started to lose interest. It didn't last very long. It was about, I would say, about a month in. She started getting pretty jealous, and for good reason. It was pretty apparent that I wasn't as into the relationship as I should be when you're involved with somebody.
If you are not into a relationship a month in and you know this, then you should probably communicate that to the other person and not continue the relationship because it's only hurting you and them. And it's just not fair to tie a person down in a perceived relationship when they could find somebody that is more into them or more about what they want.
While we never formally discussed it, she urged me and us to be monogamous and to close off the relationship because she just wasn't feeling secure, which is understandable. I don't think she was being totally unreasonable in those requests, but very clearly I didn't want it. She knew I didn't want that, but I didn't say no, and we didn't break up because it was kind of like if you don't accept this request, well, the only other way is to not see each other. So I didn't say no.
You can't agree to something and then say that the other person is aware that you did not want to do that. The mere act of agreeing to it is kind of saying that you are into it, and that is what a person is going to perceive from the relationship. And to say that the reasoning is because if you did not agree, then the person would not be in a relationship with you anymore, then you are essentially robbing them from the ability to have the type of relationship that they want, just so that you can sleep with them. And I feel like this is one of the main reasons that I am even making this video, because there are so many people that would be into that type of open relationship, and to kind of box somebody into a relationship with you just because you want to be with them but you aren't going to respect any of their boundaries, it kind of shows a lack of growth and selfishness on the subject.
But over the next month, I kept fooling around with people. I didn't respect her request. I didn't respect the relationship. And it felt like almost a retread of the relationship 2 years prior, which is pretty depressing.
It may be depressing, but it is something that you have brought on yourself by your own actions. It seems as though she clearly stated what she wanted, and if that is not what you wanted, then you should have backed out of the relationship and not continued.
So not long after, she confronted me about a incident, and I admitted to it, and we broke up. I didn't tell her about any of the other incidents, but they happened. And over the last 2 months, she's contacted pretty much everybody in my life. She's been very thorough.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that contacting all of your friends is appropriate, but clearly this girl was hurt. You have admitted to lying, cheating, lying about the pretense of the relationship, and even admitting to other actions that had occurred that you didn't even tell her about. And to me, that just shows a complete lack of self-awareness as far as relationships go, and that is what is very troublesome to me.
Telling them that I'm pretty much the Antichrist or close to it, that I am just not a very nice person, and that I was very negative, and I talked a lot of shit. And at first, I was pretty mad about that, and I was, thinking, how could she do that? I mean, imagine every little thing you say in a relationship, in confidence behind closed doors. Now everyone gets to hear it, whether it be through text messages or hearsay. And that sucks. But then it dawned on me that, like, maybe I shouldn't have said all those things, and maybe I should have just been more responsible and forgiving and less judgmental of the people in my life, whether it be for romantic relationships or friends or whatever. And she kind of showed me that the hard way.
And this is again where I see a disconnect. You say, I said these things to you behind closed doors in confidence in the confines of our relationship, but it is a relationship that was clearly not respected. You wanted your boundaries respected when you clearly, openly, and blatantly disrespected her boundaries. And I just don't see how you can't get that. Not saying that what she did was completely right, but there is more than one party at fault here. And I don't think the problem is sharing something with somebody in a relationship thinking that you can trust them, but essentially crapping all over the trust that they have given you, but still expecting respect in return.
And I'd be lying if I didn't admit that that was another source of, like, major turmoil in the last couple of months, because in my previous video I talked about getting evicted from my house because the owner sold it. I've lost my management. My YouTube channel is kind of at an all-time low, but it's more than that. It's like I don't know what I'm doing with anything. And there's peaks and valleys with everything, but right now it's definitely the depths of the valley, and it's really, really difficult. And then on top of that, all my friends and everyone in my life were like, wow, you're not so super nice. And I'm like, you're right, I'm not. and that was really shitty.
When you've hurt another person, you can't then turn around and dump all of your other issues on them. You may have been dropped by things and your YouTube channel may be dead, but it isn't really their fault. And turning around and saying, "How could you do this to me at such a low time?" isn't really very fair, considering the fact that you have admitted to the fact that you straight up lied to them about the context of the relationship, going about your merry way and seemingly doing whatever you wanted with no regard as to how it would make them feel.
And besides the certain things I told this person in confidence that she promised never to tell anyone and did, all the other things are kind of on the table, and I'm not mad about it anymore. And I think that was all my fault for saying those things to the people that I should care about and the people that I should hold higher in my life than I do. So I think I owe this person an apology. I owe all the people before her that I didn't date, but I definitely was cold to. Some are saying that I kind of led them on and was kind of just cold and mean, and yeah, I think I owe all of them an apology as well.
It's great that you're giving an apology, but the comment about how I trusted this person is the thing that bothers me, because on some level you have to recognize the fact that they trusted you too, and that was also broken.
At the time, and even now, I still think whenever I'm involved with somebody, I'm like very transparent. I try and let everybody know in my life exactly what my intentions are with them, so I don't feel like they're being used or they feel like I'm being honest with them. But I think, I definitely twisted some things around, and that's shitty. So I think I owe all of them an apology.
I don't know what you've told other people, but in this respect, you should not have told this person that you wanted to be in a monogamous relationship if that is not what you wanted. It was not very transparent, and it's not something that people can just know. So I hope in the future you can really take that to heart and not just tell people what you think they want to hear so you can still sleep with them.
I want to kind of close this whole thing out by saying that if you are somebody thinking about sliding in my DMs, or currently in my DMs, or currently talking to me, or thinking about it, or thinking, oh, maybe he's not such a bad guy, while I think a lot of it is bullshit, some of it isn't. And I've noticed, like, a lot of girls that talk to me have this kind of idea that, like, the internet, it's just drama and it's internet and it's stupid. And like I said, some of it is, but some of it isn't. Some of it, like, I'm very not ready or emotionally available to be involved with anyone, especially that close. If you're looking for anything more than just being friends or just hanging out or whatever, use this as a reference. Just walk away. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for me. It's probably not worth it for you. Just don't do it. So this is your metaphorical red flag. I wish I had a red flag. That would be a great prop for this video. It's just not something I want right now. I want to make music. I want to make art stuff. I want to make content that matters instead of divulging all the information about my life like I'm doing in this video and like I've done in the last couple videos in this past month. I don't like making these types of videos, but I do want to be transparent with all of you, and I do think I owe a lot of people an apology.
For all of you out there that are wanting to or considering possibly wanting to be in a relationship, please take this at face value, take it as a red flag, and just don't right now. Please just listen to the words and take them for what they are. The rest of the video is him just saying that he wants a clean slate for 2020 and he hopes that he does better than he has, and I also hope that too. I am only making this video out of concerns that I have, and I hope that everyone understands that, but I would love to know what you all think, so you can go ahead and comment and like and subscribe. That would be awesome, but that is all that I have for this video, so for now, I'm out.